Hello, everyone. I'm Randall Davis from the English Language Institute at the University of Utah, joined by Jim Cannon, Network Administrator at the U as well. So, welcome to our interview today.
Thank you, Randall. Glad to be here.
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about hot tips to better password security. And I want to
Oh
actually,
no!
actually, we're going to be
Oh
talking about hot
no!
tips to better security.
Yeah, password
Oh
security
no!
is a very,
Oh,
very good topic to
And
have.
we'd like
you're
to
telling me? Yeah.
Well, we'd like to, if I can continue with the interview, Jim, at Professor
Okay.
Idioms. Professor Idioms, I'm bringing him on today, Jim, knowing that you're an expert on network administration and security. I brought in Professor Idioms because he has been having some recent problems.
Yeah,
Well,
big problems.
tell us what's happened, Professor.
Well, I had a really good password and I put it on this card right here so I wouldn't forget what it was. And then I set it by my
Well,
computer. It was right by my computer so I wouldn't lose it, you know. And somehow somebody got a hold of it. And now my grandmother thinks I'm lost in a foreign country without any money. And she's trying to send me money.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this, Jim, a little bit about password security. And let's start off by talking about creating strong passwords.
yes. So the idea of a strong password is something that is not easily guessed or hacked at by nefarious people.
So my
So
password was my name followed by my birthday. I was born on January 23rd. So Professor Idioms 123. Very hard to
yeah,
forget.
correct. It's hard to forget, but it's also very easy to guess by somebody
Oh,
else.
that makes
So
sense.
that is actually a very good thing not to do, is to have
Oh,
your name and your birth date together in a password.
well,
So
that
you
makes
want to
sense.
avoid anything that is easily guessed about you.
So no birthdays.
Another one is to use, when you thinking of a password, to use lots of different characters that are uppercase or lowercase,
Uh,
numbers, the little symbols
oh,
on
like
there.
question mark or exclamation point or hashtag or something like that.
Yes, be
Mm-hmm.
careful as you create new accounts. Some places will have characters that they do not want you to use, but there's
Uh,
so many other characters that are readily available.
mm-hmm.
Great. That's a great tip. So, Professor Idioms, you better start thinking about what you're going to change it to because
Yeah,
Professor 123, everyone now knows it in the world.
right.
So,
So
let's
I'm not
talk
going to use
about
that.
changing your passwords regularly.
Uh-oh.
This is also a very good practice.
So,
As your password becomes stale or old, in
Mm-hmm.
this case, then who people are trying to guess your password have more time and they may stumble across it.
so when
Oh.
did you, Professor Idioms, when did you change your password last?
Well, I changed it, let me think. It must have been about 1997.
Professor, wow,
It was a
that
classic.
is
I
a
just thought
long time ago.
I just wouldn't mess with perfection. I mean, I remembered it. It was easy, you know.
So, how long, Jim, how often would it be a good way or advice to change the password? How often?
Now that's variable. I would recommend you change it at least twice a year. That's very, very liberal time amount. Some companies may want you to change it more frequently than that.
So shouldn't be Professor Idioms 123, and then in 6 months, Professor Idioms 456.
Correct. using the same password in form over multiple passwords actually will make it easy for them to guess. Now, you also don't want to use the same password at different institutions
Ah, I see
So
what you
that's the
because
mean.
if they
idea. Maybe
guess
don't recycle, use the same passwords again and again. Is that the idea?
correct, because if if you use the same password again, then you're just resetting and so that the bad guys can guess your password.
All right.
And if you
Great.
use the same password on multiple services, if they are able to infiltrate one, then they'll be able to infiltrate the others as well.
That makes a lot of sense. I never thought about that.
All right. And then let's tie this into keeping your passwords safe. You mentioned a little bit about as part of your job, you go around to the different computers on site to, do updates and so forth. And you mentioned a security issue that you found with Professor Idiom,
Yes.
his computer.
When I came to your computer last week, Professor, I needed
Hmm.
to install the latest version of Office. I found
Hmm.
your password underneath your keyboard.
Oh, well, yeah, I thought that would have been a safe place. No, I never look under my keyboard. So,
Now, even though you don't look under your keyboard, I did.
Mm.
So yeah, you got to have it in a better secure place. And again, a little bit about password managers as well.
Well, this is an eye-opening experience for me, I can tell you.
Okay. And the last thing I'm sorry, Jim, you had another thought on that.
Right. What you could do, because, you know, thinking of lots and lots of places that we create accounts at and having to remember strong passwords in lots and lots of places becomes difficult. So, there are products out there, and there are a number of good ones that are called password managers. For instance, LastPass is the one that I choose to use. There are other very good ones out there as well. So the goal is it will keep your passwords safe. It'll help you create strong passwords. And all I have to do is remember one really strong password.
Mm.
Then all I do is log into LastPass and it will help me keep my passwords for thousands of different places.
Okay.
Wow. Is that like an app on your phone or something?
Yes, both your computer and your phone.
Nice.
All right. And that's great. It's great to hear that you can just remember a master password and that it gives you access to all of your other passwords. So let's talk about the last idea, a little bit about don't tell anyone your password. Why would that be important?
Well, if you are a super careful person and you don't ever tell anyone your password, then you're going to be safe. Now, if you were to tell another person your password and they aren't as careful as you are, then they could give up your password to a bad person who wants to steal your money or try to fake your friends into other information about them.
Okay. Those are
Well,
great ideas.
that was such a great idea. I left for a second. I wanted to write down my new password. I made it safer. I used capital letters. I used special characters. All the things
Great.
like you said, Jim. I'm really excited about it. Right here. Here it is. My password.
Well, well, Professor, wow, you did a good job. But guess what?
What? What's
Now
wrong?
I know your password.
Oh!
Well, thank you very much, Jim, for sharing your insights on password security. Good
You're
luck,
welcome.
Professor Idioms.
Back to the
You're
drawing board for
welcome.
me.